Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astro Guide Mysore. So today let us understand the Mars and its position, the planet Mars and its position in the third house for the ascendant sign of Aries. So the third house falls in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini has the Nakshatras, that is the constellations Mrigashira, Ardra, and Punarasu. The D9 placement or plotting of Gemini starts from Tula Rashi, that is Libra, and it goes all the way to Gemini. So, in the cyclic order from Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and so on. So, we can see that Mrigashira Nakshatra fourth quarter gets placed in Scorpio in the D9. Ardra Nakshatra's second quarter will get exalted, and Punarasu Nakshatra first quarter will sit in its own sign, that is in Aries, and it also becomes a very strong sign for Mars because it is the ascendant lord there. So the ascendant lord sitting in the third house will again go and fall there. So in Punarasu third pada, it will fall in Gemini itself. That is in the last quarter of, last Amsha of Gemini, the ninth Amsha, Navamsha. So that is between 26 degrees and 40 minutes and 30 degrees. When Mars is placed in Gemini, it will fall in Gemini itself in the D9 chart. So, four beautiful positions of Mars when it is placed in Gemini. So, that is why when Mars is placed in Gemini, most of the time it gives extremely good results. Also, because it is in the third from the Kala Purusha Lagna. So, what is Kala Purusha Lagna? I keep often talking about it. Kala Purusha Lagna is from 0 degree Aries. So, if I take 0 degree Aries as the ascendant and then take the placements of Mars, so Gemini becomes an extremely good placement for Mars. So let us go into the results. What are the positive points and what are the negative points of this particular placement? Very active, very fast, the wit is fast and humorous as it is in the Mercury's house. Aggressive and impulsiveness, we all know that Mars is aggressive and impulsive when it is sitting in the third house. They have strong arms because it represents the third house, represents the shoulder bones and the arms. And very, ambidextrous. They are very fast in their, playing games like shuttle, badminton, lawn tennis. So anything, they can even play in their left and in their right at the same time. That's what is ambidextrity. So, being the Karaka of the third house, it enhances the qualities of the third house. So, the third house qualities are many aggressiveness, courage, Vikramasthana, what we call a house of activity, house of communication. So, the communication will be straightforward, blunt, and sharp. That's because it's Mars. So they are fast in communicating, good orators and good motivational speakers. So they are good achievers and they are very self-made. They cannot unnecessarily copy or replicate things from others. They usually do it themselves. So they do it in the with the trial and error. They do it with their knowledge, whatever the age and experience. They do it with that knowledge, and if they fail, they will not regret. They will do it once again. So they love short and adventurous trips and journeys. So I have made a list of them and I'm just reading out with a little bit of commentary on that particular thing. Short and adventurous journey because the aggressive planet is sitting in the house of short journeys, that is the third house. So it's a once again a good placement. So if Mercury is also well placed, that is, it is also the sixth lord, minded. So Mercury is well placed, being the third and the sixth lord. Then these people can clear examinations for higher posts in the government, like the competitive examinations. So they can also get into defense services and police services as it aspects the ninth and the 10th house. So from the third house, it directly aspects the ninth house, and the eighth aspect is on the 10th house. So once again, a beautiful placement. So can become many things in life, from starting from a mechanic, and a mechanic with regard to vehicle repair, and an industrialist in automobile engineering, a person who is very good as a doctor, a skilled person with um, good sportsmanship. So lot of various activities these people can do. So they are very good in those sports which require martial arts. So they are excellent in those sports like judo, badminton, squash, swimming, karate, etc. So the negative points, there are some negative points in this placement. They are unnecessarily over, sometimes getting involved into things which are not required. So they get involved, they get caught up there, and they don't regret that, but still they get caught up, and then they go through a lot of struggle coming out of that problem. So without having a base, verification, they get into friendship, a lot of friends. So they get into a lot of activity, and sometimes they get into things which they don't know, they get implicated into it. So siblings are very less in this particular case. If Mars is well posited in the third house, also then it is said to give Karako Bhavana Shaya for siblings. So if it is malefically afflicted, obviously it is Karako Bhavana Shaya in the full phase. That is, if Mars is there with Ketu, Mars is there with Saturn, retro Saturn, so it gets hit. So they will not have many younger siblings, or if their younger siblings are born, the relationship will not be that great, and the younger siblings might also suffer a little bit in their life. So that's what is the indication. It's not because of his chart. So getting into physical violence and brawl, fight, pushing, shoving, hands work faster than the mind. So that's what we tell when Mars is there in the third house. And if there is a weak Mercury, then this thing is more prevalent. So in Mrigashira fourth quarter, you know, that is Mrigashira fourth quarter falls, as I said, in the second, that is second Amsha, falls in Scorpio in the D9 chart. These people will have hidden motive and actions. So sometimes it happens, not always, because it is falling in the secret house of Scorpio, though it is its own sign. These people can become excellent, what we call as detectives, officers undercover. So that is because they are very tight-lipped and they know what to do, and their emotions are extremely under control. So rash driving, unnecessary physical abuse can happen to themselves if they unnecessarily go into adventurous, activities without the idea of it. So people who simply dive into the water thinking that they can swim, and people who simply take out the vehicle and thinking that they can drive, so they go through all these difficulties of accidents. So this is a beautiful placement for a lot of activity in life. Thank you very much for today's class.